Hi, good afternoon. It's Jim from the maverickstar Observatory. What I wanted to do is just explain there's been a few changes. Obviously I think because of the last series of videos I've been doing, it has obviously been flagged up by a few organisations. And if you have been following me over the last few videos, you know that I said I was going to start dropping a few experiments here and there to see exactly what is actually going on. Obviously we know there's some tampering with the numbers of the views on YouTube in comparison to Google AdSense, and we only get paid by Google AdSense for adverts solely on YouTube. So if Google Ads are showing us we've had 130,000 views and they're paying us for them, then that's what we've had, and not like what YouTube is showing, 30,000 views. Just briefly, I want to thank those people that have been supporting the channel. Now the revenue for the channel has been dropping for the last 2 months, and I suspect that there is a little bit of tampering going on. And what I've done as an experiment is I've put a new donate button up on the actual website. We have on average 7,000 plus views on the website. Around 2,000 of those will be unique views, people that have never been to the website before, and the address for this button is not the same as the one that's on YouTube. I just wanted to first of all see what the difference is. I might use that address as well on YouTube at a later date to see whether there is tampering going on with that. What we have to realise is that these organisations that are at work at the moment do liaise with each other. We know that Google own YouTube, so there'll be some liaising there. We know that all these big organisations like YouTube, Google, Amazon, PayPal, and all the others as well, the big blue chip internet businesses, are working in conjunction with themselves to keep the monopoly on the internet. What frustrates me about a lot of these companies is that they don't have accessible customer service facilities. You can't ring up somebody and talk to them, or if you've got a problem, you usually have to, do it along the lines of, the help centre, which is an email, and that doesn't get resolved very quick. And I think it's done on purpose as well. If you have, like myself, recently brought some off Amazon and you've been automatically subscribed to the Prime account without even knowing it, they start taking money out there, and it's very easy, isn't it, every month for a small direct debit of about £8 to go out your account, and you think to yourself, oh, I must do something about that. But next month rolls along and they've done it again. So when you go on their websites to try and remove these add-ons that you didn't know that had got add-on anyhow, it's not the easiest, and I found myself having to click on about 6 pages to remove just that one product, Amazon Prime. I found it really annoying. And it's the same with a lot of internet businesses. It's not easy to unsubscribe to them. So what I've did is I've changed the donation tab on this website. The link, it is still going to PayPal, obviously, and it's still secure when you make a donation on there. But I just wanted to see, the difference between the two, and whether there was tampering going on YouTube. It's just a simple matter. So, and the other thing is that we do have 7,000 people use the facilities. The other thing I wanted to do just quickly, and I'll do that as I'm talking, is just go through what we actually have got on here. So, if you click on the About Us button on poleshiftnews.com, it tells you all about what we're doing. And, obviously then we can click on Earth's magnetic field and we can look at all the data with regards to that. We've got the TriMag data, which is data that our equipment that we have built ourselves, and we put all the data that we get off the TriMag, which is, as you know, sometimes 500 individual data sets at a resolution of about 3 seconds each. So there's a lot of information of tracking the magnetic North Pole and its migration speed. We've got the magnetosphere data. This is the magnetosphere data of the actual strength of the magnetosphere, which we do on the 17th of every month. We've got global maverickstar data. Although South Carolina, California and Kentucky are offline at the moment. We've still got Perth active, the Gold Coast Australia, Hong Kong, Tuscan Arizona, and recently we've added another superstar, Kendall, in Canada, to our data collecting. And as that data comes in every month, we add that data to the website, and all you got to do is click on the chart below and it'll take you straight to Gold Coast or Perth or Arizona or Canada, and you'll get that data on there. If you click the More tab, another page that we've recently added to the website is this one, Earth's Health at a Glance. And this is just pretty much all what we've got on the website, but in one simple format, and it's archived so that you can go back week on week. So we do this every Wednesday. We take a muon reading counting, we add that, we take a CO2 reading, we take an atmospheric oxygen, we look at earthquakes, active volcanoes, we also state the stability of the magnetosphere over Canada, the Gold Coast, Perth, Tuscan, and here in the UK, etc. So at a quick glance you can see what's going on, you can see the position of the magnetic North Pole and all the other anomalies. But if you're interested in other things like magnetometer data from other facilities, you can click on that, you'll get that up. We've got live solar data you can have a look at, which is updated several times a day, so you get to see whether the sun is in a geomagnetic storm or there is X-rays inbound, and you can actually see photographs of the sun's disk. Again, this is updated regularly. You can see the KP index there, and there's a lot of other things on there, historical data with relationship to the sun cycles, the 400-year sunspot observations and everything else. We've got cosmic ray data from the Brentsburg neutron monitor. We've also got the Apathy neutron monitor there that you can have a look at. These are other stations around the world that are monitoring neutrons. We have live Volcano Map, which is updated every day. As you can see, it's very easy to do a count of the active erupting volcanoes. I'm only interested in looking at the erupting volcanoes as opposed to ones in signs of eruption, because there would be a lot more on there. We're interested in the ones that are actually active still and therefore erupting at the time, and we take account of that. And as you guys know, if you've been following, we're about a 30% reduction from about 2 years ago of active erupting volcanoes. So it does make you wonder what is going on in the core of our planet. At the same time, there is a magnetic reversal taking place. We've got earthquake maps. You can type in the designated earthquake of your choice and the magnitude, and it will find it within the last week for you and give you an idea of how many active, magnitude 4 or 5 or 6 earthquakes there have been. We've got the sea ice extent. What I've tried to do is give you guys a one-stop shop for all of the anomalies that you might be interested in relationship to what's taking place on our Earth. And you can see with this, we've got all that data there. We have also global weather maps. So, current satellite, again, updated several times a day. That's the radar we're looking at. There's your temperatures, and we've got precipitable rain across the globe, and then we've got daily sea surface temperatures as well. So just on that one page, quite a lot of detail and information. So I'll just carry on down here. Space weather. We've dedicated a page for all space weather. There's a lot of fancy looking charts there that you can go and have a look at. The solar wind over the past 54 days. You've got your KP index over the last week. Your Van Allen probes on the radiation belt, etc. And the electron flux plot. There's lots of stuff there I've put on there for you. Again, all this is updated several times a day for you guys. We've also got something a little bit different, and the reason why I added this is because people say that, you know, their moods are in conjunction with the you know, the Schumann resonance. And what the Schumann resonance is, for those that don't know, is the amount of strikes of lightning per second, and it's generally around about 7.8 strikes per second, and it does fluctuate over time, as you can see, but that is what it's measuring, and they classify that as the background heartbeat of the planet. So, you know, we keep a daily record on the website, which is updated with regards to that. We've got a learning centre, and it's basically all about the magnetic reversal, because that is our core function at the maverickstar Observatory, and that's what we're really monitoring. We've added the rest as just a bonus for you guys, but, you know, it tells you how we know the Earth is going through a magnetic reversal. It's got some great videos on there. You know, it shows you demonstrations of how the Earth's magnetosphere is split down into its smaller components, and like I say, it's got some great videos on there. This one in particular is talking about sputtering. It's a recent mission that NASA have put together to detect the level of sputtering. Now, this is an effect that takes place when the magnetosphere reduces, and it's the deionizing of the upper atmosphere and stripping away through radiation, knocking it away. Another video on, you know, solar maximum, solar minimum, how you can tell what phase we're in just by where the sunspots are positioned, and, you know, some good videos on geomagnetic storms and, you know, the magnetosphere in general, and its you know, health at the moment. So there's some good stuff in the learning centre. We've got a couple of pages that are designated to climate change, and this one in particular was targeted, this page, and this chart that you're looking at was removed because it clearly shows as CO2 is still rising, and we know that because we monitor it here in the UK. It's at sometimes 440 parts per million. I know the official count that is measured on the Hawaiian mountain is about 408 parts per million, but trust me, I take what I get on a reading outside here at the atmospheric CO2. It shows me on average between 410 parts per million, sometimes more than 440 parts per million, but on average it's somewhere in between those two. And they don't like this chart because it shows that the temperature is declining as CO2 is rising, and we are starting to see a U-turn with local governments going back on what they was classifying as CO2 causing global warming. Now they're talking about CO2 causing climate change, which is a different matter. And in any case, an increase in CO2 at a small level is not going to be harmful to the planet in any way or form. But, you know, it's a good way of taxing people, and they know it. And let's face it, they wouldn't be coming along to a private website and removing charts like this if what the chart is showing is correct. What other reason would they do a removal for? That's what you've got to ask. So there's quite a lot, guys. There is a few of the pages I won't show you just to save a bit of time, but take it from me, there's a lot there. Again, the donation link is there. Let's see how many of the 7,000 people that visit this website actually are interested in help keeping it funded. That's the main thing. And guys, it's been a little bit quiet, and that's because we've got ahead of our game and we've got all the work done with regards to inbound data from around the world with our magnetometers. I am still trying to get in touch with a few people in Brazil and in Russia, and I'll continue doing that, and I just believe it's a matter of time. You know, if you sit there at the side of the lake with your fishing rod and you're hooking the water and you've got the right bait, it's only got to be a matter of time, hasn't it, before someone takes it and says, yeah, send that magnetometer over here and send the muon detector over here, and then we get to, you know, slice that last piece of the cake and find out how many muons are inbound in an area of the world classified as the South Atlantic anomaly, which is also the weakest part of the field. So, you know, guys, all I can say is if you come over to the website and you use it, there's a lot of information there that gets added to it, and it requires a lot of work, and obviously time is money. And, you know, it'd be nice if a few more people would just help chip in. The other thing is, it's just going to be interesting to see how many people use the new donate button on that channel, because it goes directly to another part of the maverickstar Observatory funding pot. So let's just see. And there's another reason as well. I want to see if this starts getting more activity than the one on YouTube. If it does, then I'm going to ask the question, why is that? Because we get a similar amount of views on both the website and on YouTube. So I just will question that. It's like another experiment just to find how far this rabbit hole goes, guys. So I'm going to leave you there. The other thing to say is, there's a link in the description of the YouTube channel that you're watching right now. There's also one on the on Pale Shift News. I know it does require a little bit of time if you haven't set it up already to donate, and just think about the time that I have to invest to keep the website up to date. It requires a lot more time than it does to fill out a couple of questions with regards to making a donation and actually making that donation. So I do hope this has encouraged a few more people to step forward and help support a worthy cause at this critical time, because we are getting closer and closer to the event, and it should be a time where we're getting more investment, because more people should be saying to themselves, you know what, Gene, we need to know more at this point, because we're not far away. Simple as that. Okay guys, links are there anyhow, and I'll say what I usually do. You have a great afternoon, and as always, bye for now.